Tell him what happened. If a woman answers, hang up. Because if my mom answered, he was like, there's no way. We're not telling her. We've got to call again. We've got to get my dad. And so, anyway, my parents came down to Wyoming. I don't remember the accident at all. I have no memory of that. I don't remember the next week and a half. And the next month is about 50-50. I only remember about a half of what happened. And this is June 25th. So basically the month of July, hit and miss. July 3rd is my first memory. I remember about 45 minutes of July 3rd. I remember about 2 hours of the 4th of July. Most of July is just kind of blurred together. And they would tell me the same jokes over and over again because I thought it was funny. Because I would laugh, like, that's awesome. And they'd be like, we told you that like an hour ago. Like, oh. And then they tell me again. They thought it was really funny. I had yeah, you guys all laugh. It wasn't you. I had a friend bake me a pie because she when I lived up there, she used to bake, a pie for me. And so she baked me a pie and dropped it off. And I woke up one day and walked in the kitchen and was like, whose pie? They were like, that's yours. I was like, awesome. I didn't remember seeing her. And I ate a piece. And then I came back. The next time I remember seeing the pie, it was the last piece. And I was like, who ate all my pie? They were like, you did. Okay. So I was really hit and miss there. Again, June 25th is the accident, right? First week of September, I went to a brain specialist. They went through 8 hours of brain testing. And at that time, they could find nothing wrong with me. They said, you recovered so well, the lawyers dropped our case. They said, you can't sue for damages because there's no damages. You're done. You're fine. The doctors told me my brain swelling is so severe that I should have headaches that keep me up at night all the time. I should be in excruciating pain. I didn't get one headache. When I say that God heals, you can't talk me out of the fact that he heals. When I say that we got angels watching over us, you can't talk me out of it. It's too late. If I didn't know it from the Bible, I know it from me. It doesn't matter what you say about anything. This is what I believe. You can say whatever you want. You can believe whatever you want. This is what I believe. So a lot of what I say, they gave me 3 weeks to prepare for this message. Bad idea. When a guy hasn't preached in 8 months and you give him 3 weeks to prepare, I've got 6 pages of notes that most of them I won't ever touch. It's just not going to happen. But all I want to do, most of my messages end up preaching about love and personal evangelism. Almost every message I preach comes back to that point. Because love is the New Testament commandment, right? We all know that you're supposed to love your God, and then love your neighbor. Like we've heard that in church before. And then, so if we're loving, we're going to tell someone about Jesus. Like that's what's going to happen. If you love somebody, you're going to tell them about Jesus. So love and personal evangelism have always gone together for me. But this message I've never really preached before, this specific message. We're going to watch a video real quick. The first 2 minutes of the video we're going to watch anyway, because it's a 12-minute video, and I don't want to take that much time. So we'll watch 2 minutes, and then I'll start my message.
You ever thought that there are people that have gone to hell today that never thought they would go there? I mean, they might have thought they would go there, but they never really believed that they would go to hell. They never actually knew what hell was going to be like. They never actually believed that they would someday go there. They probably thought they were good, I mean, after all, they're Christians. Of course they never thought they were going to go there, but they're there right now. Many of them cursing God because some preacher told them that God was love and that love was tolerance and that God would never make them feel condemned. Ever heard the phrase, a little sugar makes the medicine go down? More like a little truth makes deception acceptable. I want to be very clear on something. I have a heart for every soul, lost and saved. But this video, from the very first idea of it until the very last edit that I made was made for church people. I've spoken out in the past, and I think it's funny because a lot of church people have come up to me and they say, you're going to turn all the lost people off, or you're going to make sinners want to have nothing to do with you. They miss the whole point. I'm talking to you. I'm talking to church people. The people that already think they believe in Christ. The people that serve in churches. The people that evangelize the lost. The people of the church. I'm going to tell you something. It is an absolute, no second question, no explanation, no hearing of your life story, impossibility for you to be saved and yet live in a continuous state of worldliness. And you say things like, God will forgive me. God has been with me since I was a kid. After all, I got saved a long time ago. Surely He will just forget about all this. And you say things like that, but you keep on doing all of the evil you can. You intentionally indulge in your favorite sin, and while there's still time to stop, while there's still time for you to just think about it and say, no, I don't want to do it, in the same breath you say, boy, I'm sure glad God is merciful. But Christ, seated at the right hand of the Father, looks down from...
All right. I'm not Pastor James. I don't have jokes lined up already in my outline. This isn't going to be the funniest message you've ever heard, because I looked at his outline there. He actually wrote those jokes out. That was on purpose. I'm not Pastor Perry. I'm not going to start it off with anything funny. Usually my messages are a little bit more upbeat than the one that I'm going to preach tonight. Some people are going to leave here and they're not going to like what I had to say.